you don't know what all these different fabrics are, there's plenty of online resources, and also if you're like in the fabric store, if you pull they're called bolts of fabric, the rolls of fabric, they should say on the end whether it's polyester or twill.
Yeah, go around molesting fabric in your local fabric store. That's the best way to learn about it. You just go down and you're like, yeah.
But like this, and it's not on my pattern.
This is too flowy. This is too stiff.
And another thing the pattern will also tell you is like if you need notions. That's just a fancy word for like all the extra little things like buttons and zippers and all the little fun things like hooks and lace that go in your outfit.
You might have to buy extra ones of those.
Yeah,
anime characters like them some zippers.
Especially like Kingdom Hearts.
And you always need little eye hooks for random places that their costume defies physics and gravity. It's like there's no other way to keep this thing together but for me to add some sort of fastener here. Excuse me as I eat.
Fabric time! Fabric!
Alright, choosing fabric.
So, some things to think about before you buy fabric. What your character will wear. Does anyone wearing a costume want to volunteer to come up? Give me the space. Is that what you're?
Hey, Aya, are you smiling for a reason?
Yeah, just come up here. We're just gonna do a thing about fabric. So when you're making your costume, you want to think about choosing fabric. There are a lot of things you want to think about. So tell us a little bit about your character.
I'm supposed to be Amu-chan from Shigashara. My grandma made like cosplay for me. I don't even say. I just love the fabric.
So for this character, it's kind of like a fantasy costume, I guess, because she like transforms into it. So, and then also if you've seen the live action outfits, they have you can see what kind of fabric they're made out of. But when it's from an anime, you can use your imagination. So I mean, with this character, she has ruffles. So you want to think about what kind of fabric is going to make the nicest ruffles, and for let's say if you were going to make these from scratch, if you were that crazy, you would want to get something stretchy. In that case, and then for the general outfit, it's like kind of a mid-weight. It's not super heavy fabric, but it's also not super thin.
You're gonna need the medium weight for the shape of her shirt.
Yeah, because it has this shape at the bottom. It has to kind of hold that.
If it's too lightweight, it won't hold that shape, and it'll just kind of go and crumble on you.
If it's too heavy, it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
The best way to pick out fabric is to watch your character and see how the show is animated or video game is animated. Now, you can't take everything to heart.
Yeah, because sometimes
it's animated in video games and it doesn't make sense, but you can usually tell what kind of fabric they're mostly using based on their movements and the way the fabric flows. For example, has anybody played Crisis Core?
Yes.
Yay! I love you guys! Well, when I was cosplaying my Crisis Core, her skirt, whenever she moves, goes whoosh! And so I needed a lighter weight fabric that would flow a lot when I was walking around. So I bought a lightweight gauze that I made lace for and attached to, so that when I moved, it would whoosh. It would So it's good just to pay attention. Another example, I know this is really sad, but I'm only using my Aries costumes as examples, but it's pretty much all I've really made currently. But for my game Aerith, she, you know her little bolero jacket, right? The little red one? Well, obviously that can't be made out of a lightweight gauze, because it doesn't go whoosh when the wind hits it or when she moves. So I went for a denim, which is a heavyweight fabric and would be sturdy enough to attach buttons and pockets and other things too. So,
and, the series can kind of help you in your fabric choice. Say you're trying to do a samurai warrior type costume, and so you can actually use history to try to help you choose your fabric. They didn't have a lot of synthetics. So then you look and you see it's they use silks and they use brocades and they use linens, and they didn't even have much cotton. That kind of can help narrow it down for you.
if you are doing something that's mildly helps the costume be more realistic to go learn about it. Like my food from Samurai Champloo, I went and I found some kimono and I was like, look how flowy they are. Okay, that's what they feel like. Yeah, that's how they work in real life. And then I went and found a fabric that, while not being insanely expensive Chinese silk, was really flowy and nice. So you can use that to make your costume a lot more realistic.
So, what I have here is a piece of broadcloth that I've written some vocabulary on. That's very important when you're sewing. I'm going to pass it around, so don't worry if you can't see. This is a broadcloth, which is a type of cotton polyester blend.
It's probably cotton poly.
Yeah, that one might just be cotton. It's really wrinkled. Yeah, it might be. Broadcloth wrinkles a lot. It's usually the cheapest. And it's pretty durable. Still has whoosh effect. Really no stretch. You see I'm stretching and it's not really moving too much. So if I wanted to make a really form-fitting outfit, like Renault or something, I'd have to put a whole bunch of seam lines and darts into it because it's not stretchy enough to like make really tight form-fitting and then try to shove over my head and it just wouldn't work. I'd rip it into pieces. So you'd want to go for a stretch. Now, what I have written on here is, usually when you get the piece of fabric, it'll be this way. It'll have what I have down here, salvage edge.
You know what's going to hold that while you talk?
Sure. Want to be my Vanna? Ninja fail. Oh, let's start. There we go. So down here is our salvage edge. It's usually thicker and harder to cut through on heavier fabrics. It basically doesn't have any run or give to it at all. It's basically the end of where they finished weaving the fabric.
It's kind of bound up so that it doesn't fray, or it frays less maybe than the rest of the fabric.
Yeah, this edge is all.
Sometimes it still frays.
You usually don't want to use that in your costume. I mean, sometimes if your pattern's big, you can cut sort of into the salvage edge and just make sure it's on a seam so that it'll be inside your costume instead of just sticking out.
It makes good strong seams because it is bound and made to the top.
Yeah, I've worked with patterns that use it, but it's very rare.
Now, opposite of the salvage edge is called the cut edge, and that's where the people at the Joann's or wherever you get your fabric is just going to take their scissors and cut. And I also have on here grain line. Grain line runs parallel to the salvage edge and is very, 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 very important. I say this because if you don't cut your pattern pieces straight on the grain line, your costume's going to go like this.
It'll fit like clothes from Ross Dress for Less.
It's gonna twist around and be all weird. And
That's what the problem I have with all
hey,
my
did you
clothes.
you didn't cut on the grain line, did you?
You
Oh
talked to
no!
her.
But
I did.
so it's very important. Your patterns will have an arrow like what I've drawn on this. That runs straight, and you want to measure it with the salvage edge of your fabric. That make sense? Okay, I'm gonna pass it around.
And pattern pieces will have arrows on them, and it usually explains in the instructions too what those arrows mean if you ever forget. But so you want to align those arrows with the right grain line, and it tells you to.